The coolest collab with Fall Guys is finally out in the game itself, and that is the Spartan Showdown. Today I will be going over every single challenge and trying to give you a helpful tip on how to complete them super fast and easily. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. I would very much appreciate that. We're on the road to hitting 1,000 subscribers, and also a like would be very much appreciated. So the first challenge is play Spartan Showdown. The Spartan Showdown game mode is a brand new game mode that came out, and it is specifically duos as of the time that I'm recording. Now this one is very fast because it doesn't load in the max amount of 60 players. It only loads in around 25 of them. From here you have to play the game normally like you do on duos, and after playing quite a large amount of games, I found out that the last mode you will get is the one where you have to run around and use explosives. The second challenge requires you to qualify from any round in Spartan Showdown, which isn't anything difficult if you just play the mode. Now this is where things get interesting, because the next challenge requires you to throw blast balls in Spartan Showdown. Now these blast balls will be literally everywhere that you run around. Special modes will have new special platforms that now you can use to pick up and throw these special bombs at enemies. You can do this in the last final mode, or you can actually get them while you play the game mode itself, and it isn't anything difficult to do, but the fact that you sometimes might not get to the final thing will actually sacrifice your ability to qualify, since usually the mode that you will get requires you to run really fast and try to race to get to the very end so you get enough points to qualify. But if you just concentrate on the first few rounds to qualify and then go to the very last one and just keep picking the blast balls up and throwing them around, you'll actually complete this challenge very easily. The next challenge requires you to get knocked down by blast balls in Spartan Showdown. Similar to last time, this one gets very interesting because you can either sacrifice yourself in the last mode and try to take as many explosives as you can, or just play the modes normally and try to complete this challenge with as little of explosions as possible. Now an interesting thing that happens with this is that I've been blowing up way more than my challenge says right now. Currently it says I'm 3 out of 7, but I've definitely been blowing up more than 10 times, so this one isn't tracking the best unless I'm just counting really bad. The next one requires you to just reach the final round of Spartan Showdown. The most amount of game modes you will have to play is 3 of them, so if you qualify with a friend or random to the third one, you'll actually complete this challenge very easily. Now these actually get more interesting as we go on, because now it requires you to collect lost helmets. So there are 5 specific helmets you need to collect, and this is probably going to take you the most amount of time because it's very RNG based. So the first helmet is located on Dizzy Heights, and this one is actually found pretty easily. If you progress through the round, just before you get to the very last bit, there will be spinning panels. What you need to do with the spinning panels is simply go to the very middle one. You can actually spot this helmet when you load in for the first time into the map, and it won't be very difficult to obtain. If you fall to one of the sides, which actually ended up happening in my game, you can just simply run back and collect it. The bad thing with this is most likely you will not qualify. Something I did actually forget to mention, and I should probably point out, is the fact that if you are planning to do this, you most likely have to stay till the very last round. So if you don't end up qualifying to complete every single one of these challenges, including the helmets, I recommend staying till the end. They are pretty fast since there's only 3 rounds, but you unfortunately just have to do that. The next one is located on Tiptoe. Now this mode seems to be the most rarest, and if you have difficulty finding it, one thing I will recommend for you to do is to bike out each time. Now I don't recommend doing this with randoms, because then you'll just be sacrificing the random's ability to get to whatever challenges they need to complete. So if you are going to do this, be thoughtful about that and do it with a friend maybe if you have anyone. But this one is actually very simple to find. It should be in the first 2 panels as you are seeing in the video right now. Just right here, if you fall down, you'll collect this helmet. The next helmet is located in Gate Crash. Simply go to the very last bit of it, and at the very end you will see the helmet on the middle panel that moves up and down. The best way to complete this, and the best way to complete Gate Crash in general, if you ever have difficulty with it, just simply slide down when the full panel is up in the air, so that when you get to the very bottom, the panel will be fully down, or at least halfway down, so that you can jump over, and you shouldn't have difficulty with collecting the helmet. If you've struggled, you can just jump back and collect it, but then again, this one isn't anything too difficult. The next one is in Big Shots. Now this one is probably the hardest one to collect, and you kind of have to rely either on the players that are in your game or the ability to be blown up or hit into the helmet randomly. Now this one is simply just located in the middle of this seesaw, and you need to collect it. Now sometimes you will have games where players actually move to one side and help out others, while some other games you might struggle. Then other games you could also get blown up by one of the bombs and be able to collect it. Again, this is probably the hardest one, but thankfully this mode isn't anything too difficult to stumble stumble upon and get into really fast. And the last one is located on thin ice. Basically, this middle thin ice piece will be the location of the helmet. If you just play the mode, people end up running past it. All you have to simply do is break the ice to get through it, and you will be able to collect this final helmet piece. And once you have all of this done and the RNGs out of your way, you will be able to unlock the Spartan helmet, which is pretty cool. It is the free item that you get. You can also purchase 3 outfits that are in the shop. Don't mind my low budget Master Chief. I'm trying to collect myself some Showbucks so you don't have to spend too much money on this game because I really want to get Master Chief. Again, if you enjoyed this video and if I did help you out in any kind of way, I will be making a bunch of Fall Guys content. I was waiting until it goes free to play and it finally is out so I can make content for you guys. I've been playing this game for a ridiculous amount ever since it came out. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. 1,000 subscribers, here we come, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.